Papa Lima, clear for takeoff.
Put your taxi light on.
Approaching runway 17. Entered runway 17. 5,000 feet remaining.
One, two, three. Hey. Clear on the right?
Yes, clear.
Hey, runway clear.
59 Juliet Tango, about 10 to the northbound RNAV 17 approach.
Runway clear.
Cessna 859 Juliet Tango, Tacoma Tower, report final approach fix.
We need a lot of right rudder, remember that.
Okay, yes.
59 Juliet Tango.
Airspeed's
Airspace
alive.
alive.
45, coming up on 55. Oh, we're looking out a lot, looking for traffic, and getting our sight picture.
Okay.
About 10 degrees nose up. And our heading should be, what should our heading be?
170.
Yeah, so let's make that happen. That blue bug is a good reminder there.
Yes. When do we should start our turn?
Yeah, you can start your turn to the west.
Okay, cleared.
We're clear on the right.
Clear on the right.
Now let's climb to 2,500.
Okay, 2,500.
Looking for traffic. We'll level off at that altitude.
Okay.
And then you can show me some cruise once we get to that altitude.
Okay.
We'll just do a little warm up before we do the slow stuff.
Okay.
You're doing very well there.
Okay.
I would recommend to keep that heading bug centered so you kind of know where you're heading.
Okay.
You can do that with this bug here. Just in case you have a memory and a memory problem and you forget your heading.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
Tacoma Tower, Cessna 859 Juliet Tango, at the final approach fix.
You moved the heading bug?
I did that for you this time.
Okay.
17 clear.
But I'd like you, if possible, you should try to do it from now on.
Okay.
I'm your co-pilot, so I can help a little bit.
I want to get that. I tried to log in this morning on Sporties, and it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me log in.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah.
Have to call customer service then, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got pitch and power. We're going to work on that pitch and power, and then trim. And we'll lean it out. Actually, it's perfect right there. 1,500 is good. And then how would you turn on terrain? Do you remember how to turn on the terrain feature? Terrain?
No.
Okay, you can hit map.
Okay.
And then you see anything that says terrain?
Yes.
Yeah. And notice once you do that, you get a little purple mountain and you get terrain showing up. So for example, the Olympics out here, you see all that red stuff would be danger. The Olympics. Okay, good. We got terrain and traffic up. And now let's just practice some cruising. And won't you give me a right turn to 280?
A right turn to 280.
I'll put that baby in there. Oh, good. And we're clear on the right.
Okay.
Now we're going to slow down to downwind approach speed.
Okay.
So that would be this one down here.
Right.
Number 3 line.
Right.
That's our slower speed. We can have more time to think and also slow us down for the airport. So you have your power setting, your pitch.
Right.
And then you have to be patient as the energy dissipates. And what's the wind aloft today? Do you know where to look for that wind? You can look right here. What does that tell you?
Coming from from behind us and from the south, south and east.
Yeah, the way to read that, you have a crosswind of 27 from the left.
Okay.
And a tailwind of 2 from the back. That shows you're going to have to adjust if you're trying to track something.
Right.
You're going to be pushed to the right quite a bit. You're slowing down to 90? Great. Now, I'll show you something interesting.
Okay.
That blue whip is normally right in front of your airplane, but
right.
You can see it's getting pushed to the side. That's that wind, that 30-knot wind total that's pushing that. But this Garmin can tell you where the wind's coming from, which is good. Now we're going to do a little practice. Won't you show me a 360 turn to the left and back to the same heading?
Okay.
And try to do it as much as possible looking outside.
Right.
No, not too much cheating inside.
Okay. Cleared to the left.
Yeah, make sure you look left. Yeah,
yeah.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
So try to do it visually. Look real quick at where you're at, and then back to the visual. You're looking straight ahead of you. Don't look over the nose, but just straight ahead.
Okay.
To match up with the horizon. All right, keep going. What degree bank do you think that is?
20.
It's about 30, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so do a little bit more bank, see if we can get close to 45.
Okay.
Oh, look at Mount Rainier out there. It's beautiful. That's still 30. A little bit more bank.
Okay.
More bank. Lift the nose up just a bit because you're kind of low.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, quick check your thing there. You're about 35 degrees.
Okay.
So let's try 45. See what 45 would feel like. Be a lot more bank than that, and you have to pull up because the more you bank, right? So more bank, more bank. Okay, that's close to 45. So roll out. We can fly straight for a few seconds.
Okay.
And then when you're ready, you can do it the other way.
All right.
Intentionally don't look at this too often. Look outside.
Okay.
Right. It'll clear on the right.
6-977 Tacoma Tower.
Oh, that was your own wake turbulence. That's good. That means you hit your own wake turbulence. Right. Whenever you're ready.
All righty.
This is an Air Tango.
Let's put a little bit more power in.
Okay.
Ground.
Okay, ready to go right?
Bravo 2, monitor ground, 9 Juliet Tango.
Let's try for 45 if you can. 45 degree bank.
That's this right here?
Remember, you do have to put in that rudder, because if you don't put in that rudder, we're not going to be coordinated. It's going to make it a little harder. Still not enough right rudder there. Oh, you need more right rudder, please. That whole brick has to be underneath the triangle.
Right. So 977, say intentions after your option.
I will be departing to the southward Olympia.
A little bit more right rudder. Then you look at the rollout of 280. We lost about 300 feet there.
Right.
So we'll continue to work on that. Every time we'll do a little practice on turns.
Okay.
Okay, so climb me back up to altitude, and then we're going to try a little slow flight.
All right.
So whatever you need to do to get me back to altitude, it's your choice. And then I'd like you to fly me at 90. We'll start at 90 knots, straight level.
Okay.
And now we're going to do an experiment. We're going to slow 10 knots at a time.
All right.
So why don't you fly me at 80 knots?
Okay.
So it'll be a little less power.
Right.
Probably close to this right here.
Right.
This,
you said 80 knots?
80 knots. We're gradually going to decrease it towards 50,
okay.
but we're going to do it 10 at a time. So it's not too dramatic.
Right.
But we do need to maintain altitude.
Right.
I think you have a little too much power because 2100 is exactly what you need for 90 knots.
Okay.
If we do the math, it would make sense to 80 knots at 2100. So maybe chop off 100, 200 RPM, give it a try.
4,000 below in 2 minutes, flash remain clear.
And then you want to keep this 0,
right.
so you don't descend. And you're starting to slow down, and you have to pitch up more, which makes sense.
Right.
Okay, let's go for 70.
Okay.
So 70 knots. And we'll put down 10 flaps. So put down 10 flaps. That's kind of like in the pattern. But the only difference is we're not descending. We want just enough power to hold altitude. So from here on out, we're in slow flight, which is a little different because the plane is having to use a lot of energy just to stay at altitude because of the induced drag. So what I'd like you to do from now on for this exercise is you pitch for speed
and
then power for altitude.
All right.